Ciao, I'm Marianne Esposito. Today on Ciao Italia, catch of the day, including Neapolitan fish soup and swordfish, Sicilian style. Okay, now we have to really get serious here because today I'm going to make you a dish that my Nonna Galasso made. She was from Avellino, which is near Naples. And there they make some beautiful dishes with tomatoes, especially, pasta and tomatoes, but they also make wonderful soups, zuppa. And today we're making a zuppa di pesce alla Napoletano. So we're going to make a soup in the style of Naples. And we have to start out with a variety of fish and shellfish. Now you can use whatever is at hand, but this is basically what went into her dish. So we had clams, and in Naples they would be very tiny clams. Very tiny, very tasty. So whatever local clams you have, you use them. When you get them, you want to look at them. They should feel really heavy in your hand. They should be closed, tight as a drum. If they're not, you don't want to use that. If they're cracked, you don't want to use them. So you buy yourself about 4 pounds of clams. You wash them really well, sit them in some water, let them sit there for a little while. Some people like to put oatmeal in the water so that everything spits out, so that there's no sand or anything. So you want them very clean. So we have our clams, and then we want to use some scallops. So here we have some dry scallops, not the wet injected scallops, which you don't want because those are puffed up with a sodium mixture that is really not very good for you. So you want to always ask for dry pack sea scallops. So here they are. And then one of her favorites, of course, was squid. You know it as calamari. And for this dish, you want to get it so that it's small. You don't want real big calamari because it takes longer for them to cook. So I would say about, 5 inches if you can find them. And the tentacles too if you want to use them. And then we have some raw shrimp here that's been peeled and deveined. So how are we going to start this dish? Well, first we're going to cut up some garlic. So you want about 4 garlic cloves for this, and you just want to cut a couple of them in half. This is just going to flavor the liquid that's going to be left over from the clams. So the clams go into a pot. Put them all in a pot. I turn on the heat. I add some white wine. Now you can add, about a half to a cup of white wine in here. This is going to help make that nice sauce that we're going to have later. The halved garlic cloves go in, parsley goes in. Make sure it's flat leaf Italian parsley and not curly parsley. I'm not saying that just because I'm Italian, but because it has a much better flavor. So you let those clams open. We have to put a cover on them though, to make sure that we keep all of that nice juice inside the pot. So you cover these clams, and you have a little patience. In about 5 minutes or so, you check. All of those clams should be opened. If any did not open, then you discard them. Once they're open, then we're going to drain the clams, we're going to shuck them, and we're going to save the juice for our sauce. So while the clams are cooking, we want to get ready the other ingredients for the sauce. And for that, we're going to need onion. So about a cup of onion. I like to use Vidalia because it's a nice sweet onion. And we're going to need more garlic. Again, 2 cloves, just cut in half. 2 fresh cloves of garlic. And then we need some fennel. This is a really wonderful vegetable. If you've never eaten it, you have no idea what you're missing. And it's really great in soups and stews. So it has this nice white bulb, and then you have these nice frilly little green fronds. And when you buy it, the outside of it may seem a little bit rusty. See, you see right there, there's a little rust spot there. So all you really do is shave that off with a vegetable peeler. In fact, I usually go around the outside, take off any kind of rust spots. I wash the vegetable really well, and then I'm not wasting a lot of it. So just go around and clean off the outer layer of the fennel. Finocchio, as it's called in Italian.